first opinion is that, this opinion is me going into a tantrum lol. K-pop stans hate on boy groups saying they do one type of sound, do dark and noise music and whatnot even when other types of boy group songs exist in the 4th gen, but why don't K-pop stans show the same energy to girl groups who do girl crush? Y'all always be hating on boy groups for their dark noise and ignoring the other diverse music, but don't give the same energy to girl groups who do and still continue to do girl crush. I don't like condoning hate to anyone, but if you hate on boy groups just simply because you want to live in this fantasy world that they do the same type of music, why can't you do the same to girl groups who do girl crush? There are quite a few girl crush songs I can name of the 4th generation, so why don't y'all notice that? Why only notice boy groups doing a type of sound, when they're diverse and you just don't wanna look? Why not do the same for girl groups by pushing the narrative that, girl groups only do girl crush, when that's a complete lie? Why only make something false up for boy groups? Why not do it for girl groups too? I'm a girl group stan more, but the hate towards boy groups is so messed up. Just say you hate men and get over with it, at least I know you're honest rather than pretending to want boy groups to release good music, when it exists and you just don't care. The next opinion is that, I remember seeing K-tubers talk about minors and K-pop and talk about how they wouldn't wanna be in a group with someone half their age, and while I would agree I don't. It's not the question of minors, but the question of age gaps. If both the idols were adults and had quite a far age gap, it would still be weird. Y'all shouldn't just think of minors and adults having a far age gap as weird or uncomfortable, but also adults with other adults. Y'all need to remember that. The next opinion is that, there should be a law that stops too many groups from debuting, IDK if there's any sort of laws like that because there's so many groups that debut with so many groups that disband after debut under companies where they cannot manage the group well, and then idols go to other companies and debut in other groups who might disband. There should be a law on this, because groups especially girl groups debut too much in K-pop and it's really scary, because it makes the K-pop industry overfilled with groups and it's not a good thing. The next opinion is that, I've noticed something. I wished that K-tubers wouldn't make summer-winter playlists or like Christmas playlist videos, basically playlist videos for certain topics every year, unless there's new songs to add. Like for example around summertime, you'll see summer K-pop song videos, and my issue with the videos aren't the videos themselves, but the songs you add to them. Like if you make a summer K-pop songs video around summertime, in 2022 for example, and you add different summer songs, then if you make one again in 2023 around summertime and you probably add the same songs as your previous playlist with maybe some new songs, doesn't it get repetitive, if you make summer playlists every year and then add some of the same songs as the previous year's list? I made a summer playlist in 2022, but for 2023 I would make one, but I can't, because the 2022 video was exactly 17 minutes 17 seconds long including the intro, outro, and other things plus the songs. So if I were to make one in 2023, I'd have to search for new songs entirely to not make the 2023 version seem repetitive or similar to the 2022 version. So it just feels like that if K-tubers be making updated playlists in the next year, which is not a part 2 or part 3, sometimes it could come of as similar or repetitive. The last opinion is that, I just realized something. I've already talked about this before, but I've realized something else about this. People don't like to admit that hype groups got popular because of BTS or because they're under hype, but people don't realize that BTS making hype labels what it is today or big hit rather, IDK who you'd say, was the reason groups after BTS debuted and was also the reason fans checked them out and noticed them, because without a big company like hype, I don't think other groups after BTS would have debuted or maybe they would have under another company, but wouldn't see instant success. When people say things like NewJeans have good songs or LE SSERAFIM have good songs or even about groups not from the big three but are popular, like IVE having good songs or something, they mention these groups simply because they debuted under a huge label or had popular members enough to get noticed for people to know they exist and say that their discography is good. If they were not associated with big labels or had popular members in the group, do you think fans would have the same thoughts?